Hello, sixth grade. Today is Wednesday, October 14th. There's my mask. Uh, Today in class, we discussed It's Never Just Rain, and we took some time to write like the author. And then we talked about doing guided reading. We used to do guided reading groups last year. This year we're going to still do some guided reading. It's just not going to be in group form. So I talked to the class about that, and then assigned students to read the first page of their leveled reader on HMH. So I'm going to zip through all of this real quick. First of all, I sent everybody the notes that we put up on the board from the text that you finished yesterday. In that text, the author spent his time talking about rain and snow and how those forms of precipitation actually have a lot more, they do a lot more in a story than just tell you what the scene is like. They can help describe characters, they can help move the plot along. They might be part of the problem, they might be part of the solution. And so we just took some notes on what rain does for a storyline, and then we took some notes on what snow does for a storyline. And then the second half of the text, the author started talking about Shakespeare's sonnet, I think it was Sonnet 73, and they used that one as an example because it talked about the fall leaves were off the trees, there weren't hardly any leaves left, and they were equating it to middle age. And as you finished reading the last couple pages, you learned that fall has to do with getting older. It's a metaphor. All of the seasons are metaphors for different stages of life. So fall is, I feel like I might be getting close to the fall part of my life where you start getting a little weaker and you're a little more tired. Luckily, I'm at the beginning stages of fall, not at the end, because as you end the fall season of your life, you start the winter season of your life, which is old age, probably not moving around a whole lot. Death is near. In the text, they also said that people start resenting. Maybe when I get to the winter of my life, I might resent young kids who can run around and play, and I can't. Spring represents new beginnings, represents your childhood and your youth and having lots of energy. And then summer represents your adulthood, and the text says it represents romance and passion and being satisfied with where you are in life. So these were the notes that we came up with and put up on the board. Then the next thing that you were supposed to do, where is it? The next thing you do is you're going to spend 10 minutes picking one of those things, or 2 or 3, I don't care. You're going to try to write like this author explained. You're going to try to use precipitation and the setting and the seasons to start a story of some kind. And this is not a story you're necessarily going to finish. I just need you to write 10 minutes trying to use these metaphors in your writing. So you might have a character who something really bad's happened, and then you have them they walk through a storm and they come out on the other side feeling better. They are in the spring of their lives, so they have a lot of energy to get a new start, something like that. So you are going to read through my notes. That's this discussion part. Then you're going to write like the author for 10 minutes. And then the next part of our day that actually took a pretty long time to do all that. The next part was I told people about guided reading groups. And one example I used, dang it, come on, HMH, you can do it. Darn, let me try this again. Here's one. It's all about soccer. Maybe it'll look better. So everybody got a nonfiction reading task. Some people got something about soccer or the earth, something about the earth. They're short. They're just, I don't know if they're 2, 3, 4, 5 pages long, something like that. And all I assigned to do today is find it in HMH and just read the first page of whatever one you have. And then I also shared this document with you. Part of your assignment when you read these guided reading texts, number one, you're going to sometimes read parts of them out loud with me, and sometimes you're reading them just to yourself. You might read them up to 3, 4, 5 times because they're short, and that's okay. And then the second part is you're going to do some kind of a project with them. You can build something, write something, or draw something. I gave you some examples there, and if you have other ideas, please ask me. Your goal is going to be to create something that you can show off to the rest of the class. You'll have about a 2-week time period for this first one to read it, decide what you want to share that you learned, and create something to show off. And that is it. Make sure you do your cursive spelling words by Friday. Your test is Friday, and then you need to read at least 20 minutes tonight and one of those guided reading pages. Have a good night.